You know that sound, right? That sudden, awful thud against a window that just makes your heart stop. It's a terrible feeling. And honestly, it's a tragedy that happens in our own backyards way too often. So let's get into why this happens. And, way more importantly, what we can do to turn our homes from hazards into safe havens.
Just take a second and look at this number.
Just take a second and look at this number. Yeah, you're reading that right. Up to 988 million birds die every single year in the US just from colliding with windows. We're talking nearly a billion. It's a mind-boggling number. But here's the most crucial part. This is a problem we can actually fix. We have the power to bring that number way, way down. So yeah, this is a massive conservation issue, hiding in plain sight. But what's so powerful about it is that the solutions don't start in some fancy lab or a remote national park. They start right at your house, maybe even at your kitchen window. It's a totally fair question. I mean, Are birds just clumsy? Not at all. The real answer has everything to do with how they see the world, which, it turns out, is completely different from how we do. So, to really solve this, we've got to try to see things from a bird's perspective. For them, a clean pane of glass isn't a solid object. It's a fatal illusion, a trick of the light that, unfortunately, leads them straight into danger. It really boils down to two big deceptions. First up, reflection. Your window acts like a perfect mirror, showing the sky, clouds, and trees, so a bird thinks it's just flying into more open space. Then you've got transparency. If a bird can see a houseplant or the sky through a window on the other side of your house, it doesn't see glass, it just sees a clear path forward. In both scenarios, the bird isn't making a mistake, it's being tricked. And, some situations are definitely more dangerous than others. Spring and fall migration are peak times. You have millions of birds on the move, often tired and in unfamiliar territory. At night, our lights can disorient them and pull them toward buildings. And those beautiful design features we love, big picture windows, glass doors, corner windows, they are, without a doubt, the deadliest, especially if you've put a bird feeder or a bath nearby. So how do you figure out if one of your windows is a problem spot? Honestly, the best way is to just go outside and play detective. Look closely at the glass. You might find tiny feathers, faint smudges, or, heartbreakingly, stunned or dead birds on the ground below. This simple check is the best way to figure out which windows need your help the most. Okay, enough about the problem. Let's pivot to the solutions. And here's the great news. There are so many proven, really effective strategies that absolutely anyone can do. Welcome to your Bird Safe Toolkit. First things first, let's bust a common myth. You know those single hawk silhouette decals? Well, they don't really work. A bird just sees a small obstacle and tries to fly around it. The real secret, the absolute key, is what's called the 2x2 rule. Whatever you put on your window, dots, lines, patterns, the markings have to be spaced no more than 2 inches apart from each other. That creates a visual wall that birds can actually see and avoid. As you can see here with some of the best options, there's a clear theme. A physical barrier is king. Things like regular old insect screens are amazing because they cut the reflection and soften any impact. Bird netting, installed just a few inches out from the window, creates a safe little trampoline. And like we just talked about, those decals or films are a fantastic option, as long as they follow that 2x2 rule. This is where modern tech gets really cool. Birds have a sort of superpower. They can see ultraviolet light, which is totally invisible to us. So clever people develop these special films that have patterns that reflect UV light. To a bird, it's like a giant glowing stop sign. But to us, it's pretty much invisible. You get to save birds without sacrificing your view. Now, this one is going to sound a little weird, but it is so important if you have bird feeders. It's the 3x30 rule. You either want your feeder super close to the window, like within 3 feet. That way, if a bird gets startled, it can't build up enough speed to get seriously hurt. Or you want it far away, more than 30 feet, so the window just isn't a factor. That middle distance, that's the real danger zone. And hey, not everything has to be a special purchase. There are tons of simple, low-cost, or even free fixes. Awnings are great for cutting reflection. Even just keeping your blinds partially closed breaks up that illusion of a clear path. Got a big plant right by the window? Maybe move it back a bit. And seriously, just turning off extra lights at night during migration season is a huge, huge help. Look, even with the best planning, sometimes an accident can still happen. So it's really important to know what to do if you find a stunned bird. Let's walk through the right way to help. Okay, the number one rule here is to be calm and quiet. If you find a stunned bird, gently try to scoop it into a small cardboard box, with air holes, of course. Now, this is super important. Do not offer it food or water. Your instinct might be to help, but that can actually cause more harm. Just put the box somewhere dark, quiet, and safe, away from pets or people. A lot of the time, they just need an hour or two to recover from the shock. Then you can take the box outside and open it. If it flies away, amazing. If not, or if it's clearly injured, that's when you call a licensed wildlife rehab expert. So when we pull all of this together, what does it mean? It means that by just understanding the why and then applying some of these simple fixes, we can totally change the role our own homes play. We can actively transform them from a danger into a genuine refuge. If you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. This is a solvable problem. Your windows don't have to be bird killers. Every decal you put up, every screen you check, every light you turn off, these are all small acts that together have a massive life-saving impact. These aren't just guesses. These are tested strategies that really, truly work. And that really just leaves one last question for you to think about. When you look at your home now, what will you choose for it to be? An unintentional hazard or a true haven? The power to protect these birds is quite literally in our hands.